Now, oh, so if I meditate, I can't have sex, if I have sex, I can't meditate. Very efficiently pushed up into the human head. Now sexuality is not happening in their bodies, it's happening in their head all the time. Tell me if I'm exaggerating a percentage. Today I would say 95% of human energy is either invested in sex or money. Yes or no? We never looked at it that way, so somebody wrote a text on that. What are all the different ways it happens? What are all the different types of bodies that people have? And compatibility of two different individuals, everything in explicit detail somebody wrote, because they never thought… I mean, they're not looking at it like this, they did not think it's pornography, you understand? They're just describing life as it is. So today's eyes look at Kama Sutra as an authentication of pornography.
My question is that why are all the forbidden things so enjoyable, and how to stay away from such temptations?
Love is categorized into various types, like maternal love, paternal love, love between siblings, between spouse, between man and woman. I want to know whether there is any correlation between sex, love and meditation. That is the first question. Second is Shiv and Shakti. Shakti is energy and energy is matter. Can we say it is consciousness, if we can translate it into English, consciousness and matter?
Second question, no. It's a complete… there's too much of wrong depiction happening. I don't know if we have the time to look at that, because that's a certain dimension of life which has to be looked at in a certain way. For the first one, there is… see, I think we've already gone through this. See, love is not about somebody, please understand. A relationship is about somebody. We hold different relationships with different kinds of people, isn't it? Depending upon what is the nature of activity we are in. Now, your child comes here out of your love, you grab him and put him on your lap. Your neighbor comes, please don't do that. But can you love your neighbor equally like this, without grabbing him? Yes or no? So, your mother comes, you go and do this and express your love. Your dog comes, boo 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 boo, you do. Can you love your dog as much as your mother, I'm asking you? Oh, dog and mother, he's comparing. Stupid nonsense, tell me, when you're really feeling wonderful about your dog, is it any less than anything or any more than anything? Huh? Love is not about somebody, it's the way you are within yourself. But we hold different relationships. Our relationship with the dog is one way, with our mother another way, with our child another way, with a friend another way, with a working relationship it's another way. Relationships are transactions. Transactions have to be managed sensibly. You can't hold same transaction with everybody, polygamy. Not you, not you, it's a concept. It's a concept. You're not the only one who's aspiring for that. So it's a conceptually, it is just that. Every relationship, it's a different kind of transaction, isn't it? And if you do not know what is the purpose of the transaction and the nature of this transaction, you will obviously mess it up. You'll obviously mess it up, it doesn't matter how close they are to you, you will see it'll got… Many number of people it's happened, people who thought they are one and they'll never get separated, are in horrible, hateful situations between them, not because of anything else, not because they're bad people, not because something else, just that you do not understand the limitations, you mistake action and the way to be. Love is a certain way to be. Relationship is a transaction. Transaction has to go by the laws of the transaction. If you try to push it beyond that, it'll break. But how you feel within yourself, nobody has any business with it. Nobody should be able to do anything about it. You feel wonderful within yourself, in your thought, in your emotion, in your body, in your energies. This is the way you should be. If you're feeling sweet in your emotion, you're loving towards everything that you set your eyes upon. But the transaction is different. How I am, how I transact with somebody, I cannot transact with you just like that, isn't it? But I don't have to feel any different because this is the way I've decided to be within myself. So you need to have this understanding, what is being, what is doing. If this distinction is not there, then you'll mix it up and you think this is that is this. I love you is a fake statement. I'm in love, all right. I can't love you, it's not possible. I can transact with you in a certain way. But I'm loving. Because I'm loving, the transaction also has that quality. If I'm not loving, the transaction will not have that quality, isn't it?
Sir, my question was correlation between sex, love and meditation. Is there any correlation with meditation?
Is there any correlation between sex, love and meditation? I thought we separated sex and love sufficiently. Sexuality means… I'm not trying to make a moral judgment on it, I have no such thing about it. It is just that your intelligence has been hijacked by your hormones. When you're 10 years of age, you looked at this boy or this girl, they were just human beings. Suddenly you became 12, 14, you look at them, suddenly small changes in the shape of the body are looking like a whole universe all of a sudden. Yes or no? Why? Because you have been chemically poisoned from internally. This is nature's trick of somehow seeing that you reproduce. Don't think nature is interested whether you love somebody or you don't love somebody. Nature is interested that you reproduce, because otherwise the species will end. All this drama around it needs to happen because if you simply go for reproduction, you feel like an animal. Having evolved beyond that, somehow you feel uncomfortable. So you want to add all these songs, what are the dialogues? Sing one song from… You have to do all this to make you feel like it's something else, it's not about this. But no, sexuality is just that, hormonally driven. Is it good, bad? There is no such judgment, it's not for you to judge it's good or bad. The question is for you personally, how strong a force is it within you? Do you want to dedicate your life for that or no? That's something that you have to take a call. How is it connected to meditation? The word meditation in English language doesn't mean anything, actually. That's why everybody uses it. If you close your eyes and sit, in English they will say you're meditating. With eyes closed, you can do many things. You can do japa, tapa, dharana, dhyana, samadhi, shunya, any number of things. Or you might have just mastered the art of sleeping in vertical postures. Who knows what you're doing with your eyes closed? Different things you can do. So, if we assume that meditation means dhyan, again the word dhyan is being used too loosely, it is not specific in today's usage, but it has a specific meaning. It means that if you sit here, your body is here, your mind is there, what is you is somewhere else. That means these three identities are separate in your experience. Once these three things are separate, then where is the question of asking the process of the body, the process of the mind, what has it got to do with this? Is it a correlation? No, there isn't. Now, oh, so if I meditate, I can't have sex, if I have sex, I can't meditate. That's not the thing. Meditation is not an act, it's a quality. If you cultivate your body, mind, energy and emotion to a certain level of maturity, you become meditative. It is like the fragrance of a flower. If the flower has blossomed, there is fragrance. If a flower doesn't blossom, you can spray something and go, but it'll not be the same. There's a difference between what exudes from within you and what you put on from outside. There's a big, huge difference. It's a question of life and death. The difference is between life and death. You can even make a dead body smell good if you spray something, but that's different. Exuding a certain fragrance is completely different. So meditation is a quality. Its meditativeness is a quality, not an act. If I do this, is it meditation? No. If I do that, is it meditation? No. If I do that, is it meditation? Yes. This meditation, yes. I think this will put you in the right perspective. It once happened, this was a Sufi master called Ibrahim. Ibrahim gathered a few people in his place and he was trying to train people. One evening, two of his disciples meet and they're frustrated, and one guy says, "Hey, I want to smoke, but I don't know what the master will say." The other guy says, "Even I want to smoke." Then why don't we ask him? They decide. They decide to ask him separately. Next day evening, one guy is sitting there in the garden frustrated, another guy comes smoking. He said, "Hey, you're smoking? Master told me not to smoke and you're smoking." That guy asked, "What did you ask the master?" He said, "I asked him, can I smoke when I'm meditating?" He said, "No." "Ah, that's your problem. I asked him, can I meditate when I'm smoking?" He said, "Yes." If you look at our temples, all the outside temple art is all pornographic, if that's what you want to call it. But we don't call it pornographic, we are only talking about the various dimensions of human biology. Because we don't see it as wrong, but we see it as the periphery of life. If you stay there only, you will stay on the physical dimension forever, you will not explore anything else. So in the temple, always it's the periphery. You are supposed to look at that and understand it's the periphery of life and try to make an attempt to go deeper, but at the same time not to be in denial of it. Not to glorify it or not to be in denial of it is the most important thing. The thing is, you need to understand this culture. Unfortunately, it's all been messed up and botched up. We are a godless country, we are a country without any morals. There's no morality in this country. We could live like this and really live well because there was a huge rise of consciousness. Everything could be looked at simply the way it is. People were ruled by their consciousness, not by morality, not by the fear of punishment, simply by the sense of living. So because there was such a society, anything could be talked anywhere and there was no issue. Well, that's not the condition right now, that's a different thing. But this is how this culture and this nation evolved. It took thousands of years of work to get this mass of people to that state. But slowly that is changing because now we have taken in Western morality where something is good, something is bad, something is God, something is devil, something is high, something is low, something is pure, something is impure. There was no such thing in this culture. We just saw life just the way it is. How much of what to do in your life is an individual choice. Because we clearly understood the nature of human mind, in this mind, if you say something is bad, do not think about it, that will become the full-time job in the minds of your friends. But any mind, if you say, don't think about this, only that they will think. People who did not understand the nature of human mind brought morality into life. People who understood the mind, the way it is, in this culture we never said anything is bad or good. We just said this is how it is. How much of what you do in your life is an individual choice. How much this person eats and how much that person eats is an individual choice. But now Western doctors are telling us, all of us eat so many calories. It's just rubbish. That's not how the way the body works. If you eat, let us say, you eat 1 kilogram of food, same type of food, let's say the same nourishment. Both of you may be same body weight, maybe, let's say. Both of you are same body weight, both of you eat 1 kilogram of food, it'll not go well. In one person, this food may go well. In another person, maybe only half a kilogram goes well and they'll still maintain weight. This is a fact. You try it and see, take 10 people and see, this is a fact. But now they're telling you, mass-producing everything, you know. Everybody must eat this many calories of food, only then you'll have this much energy. This is simplistic nonsense, especially when it comes to subjective dimensions of who you are. This morality of everybody must do this, everybody must do that, never worked. Different people's needs are different. And we have produced so many perverted human beings on the planet because we just said something is wrong and you should not think about it. If you just let it be, reproductive organs are a small part of who you are. But what should be in the reproductive organ has been very efficiently pushed up into the human head. Now sexuality is not happening in their bodies, it's happening in their head all the time. In your body, it's a natural process. In your head, it's a sickness. Yes? In your body, it is just a natural process, we're all born out of it. There's nothing right about it, wrong about it, it's just one little aspect of our life. If we resist it, it'll rise into our head and now it looks like entire life is just about that. Today, I would say, tell me if I'm exaggerating the percentage, today I would say 95% of human energy is either invested in sex or money. Yes or no? These are two small aspects of your life. One is about your survival, another is a certain aspect of your physiology, okay? It has become so big because somebody told you these two things are wrong. We never looked at it that way, so somebody wrote a text on that. What are all the different ways it happens? What are all the different types of bodies that people have? And compatibility of two different individuals, everything in explicit detail somebody wrote because they never thought… they're not looking at it like this, they did not think it's pornography, you understand? They're just describing life as it is. So today's eyes look at Kama Sutra as an authentication of pornography, okay? No, that's not what it is. They're just talking about it like they would have talked about anything, because it's just one more thing. They did not think it's everything. They saw it as just one more thing, so they wrote it like that. So it's like your physics, chemistry textbook, just like that they wrote a sexual textbook. They didn't make much bones out of it. But now in today's world, now people are looking at it like it's some kind of a endorsement for all the perversions they have.
Namaskaram Sadhguruji, I'm Divyanka Tripathi Dahiya, and it's a privilege that I can ask you something. My question is that why are all the forbidden things so enjoyable? away from such temptations?
Namaskaram, Divyanka. Who forbid you from doing what? So this, what is forbidden and what is allowed is not a part of this culture. This comes from another place. You know about the dumb couple? You heard of those dumb couple, Divyanka? Adam and Eve I'm talking about. So, when they did not know what to do with each other, they ate that apple. They had only one apple and they thought they were in heaven. So after eating that apple, they fell and the forbidden tree, what people have forgotten is, the forbidden fruit was the fruit of knowledge. So, God said, it seems, do not eat the fruit of knowledge, because knowledge is forbidden. Because life happens out of awareness, not knowledge. Right now, we have accumulated stuff in our life in such a way, something is good, something is bad, something is virtue, something is sin. Because of this kind of divisions, because of this kind of discrimination from one activity to another, now we have these problems. These things have been said by people who have no clue what human mind is made of. Right now, Divyanka, if I ask you not to think about monkeys for the next 10 seconds, can you not think about monkeys? You'll think only about monkeys. So, the very nature of the mind is such that in this mind, there is only addition and multiplication, there is no subtraction and division. That is, you cannot take one thought out of your mind. If you make efforts, it will only multiply. It is like a car with all three pedals or throttle, whatever you touch, it only goes faster. So, in this mind, somebody told you, this is a sin, do not think about it, that becomes your full-time job. So drop this what is forbidden and what is not forbidden. What is your natural inclination, that you do joyfully, there is really no harm in that. And when you take time to recognize what is your natural inclination, believe me, you will not do anything in excess. You will see that everything falls into place as it should be. Right now, small things have become big things in people's minds simply because they're trying to avoid it. This is the nature of the mind. What you don't want to think about, that's all you will think about.